Hello and welcome once again everyone. Today's video features the Tier 10 American battleship USS Montana. Wargaming have just announced in early January a buff to the Montana, coming in the next patch, involving the restoration of hit points by the repair party consumable being increased from 0.5% to 0.66% of maximum hit points per second, which will bring the Montana's repair party finally in line with the rest of the American battleships. This should have a very welcome effect of increasing the survivability of the Montana in general, but especially when using the legendary upgrade. I've included the full ship build including upgrades and captain skills after the main highlights video, and the timestamp is here on screen for your convenience. Before jumping into the highlights, I'd like to give a special shout out to Bazinga Flux from Clan Omni for sharing this very entertaining hard fought game with me. This map is called Haven and our captain has spawned on the southern side. He has already launched his spotting aircraft and is actively searching for targets. Enemy Thunderer and Montana are the only battleships spotted on this flank so far. Using the concealment in behind these islands, just waiting. The Thunderer takes a big hit there. Our captain is the lead battleship here, so he does start angling away in advance. He does get detected. Our captain is just waiting for that perfect shot. Montana's guns are aimed away. Shots away on the enemy Montana. And now that our captain is detected, he's targeted by 4. Turns away quickly and starts kiting. Just take a couple of hits there. AP coming in from the Salem, who is showing quite a bit of broadside there in the rear. He is over 17 kilometers away. Captain blind fires, trying to judge his position. Enemy Thunderer is under half health and he has started to kite away. Does get a citadel, 2 overpens and 1 pen on that Salem. Very nice blind fire. So we got an enemy Summers advancing down this flank also. Enemy Salem pops up again. He's still showing full broadside, as if to dare our captain to try it again. Dispersion is looking quite nice on this Salem, who is now over 18 kilometers away. And that's a huge hit. Double citadel, 27,000 damage. Who didn't learn his lesson the first time. The captain does get punished in return by the enemy Montana, who instantly starts turning away also. Montana is already angled by the time the shells arrive. Does 9,000 damage. The captain is just slowly reversing here while getting a better angle to deflect these incoming shells. Selects the enemy Summers. Summers is just under 16 kilometers away, and with this slow travel time it's quite difficult to land shells on destroyers. Our captain says hold my beer and promptly does over 4,000 damage. In the meanwhile, on the other flank, our friendly team has already lost a Shimakaze and a friendly Yamato has also been burned down. Quite a bit of high explosive fire coming in now from the enemy Smolensk. Double fire, which our captain quickly repairs, but he can't stay here. He's going to have to fall back here a little bit. Enemy Montana is also retreating. Captain quickly tapping the MK there to try and get an aerial visual on from where that Smolensk is exactly firing. He does get detected. Shots away on the enemy Smolensk. He is moving forward though. Unfortunately, land just past his stern. So our captain is going to relocate here. With the enemy force retreating on the left flank, our captain is going to use this opportunity to relocate, use one of his repair parties, recover some health, and push forward once again. The Haragumo fortunately removed the threat of the enemy Summers from the left flank, so there are no threat of torpedoes coming from that direction. Friendly Smolensk has managed to capture the B point, while the friendly Des Moines has suddenly activated his radar and decided to push into a captured point. Shima is spotted, Smolensk spotted there. 5 penetrations on that enemy Thunderer in the smoke for 15,000 damage. This Des Moines now is in the act of committing suicide. He's rushing into a captured point, and there is absolutely nothing to be gained from such a venture. Our captain is trying to urge him to retreat, but it seems his mind is made up. That enemy Salem is spotted once again, and he persists in showing full broadside out there. Shots away on the Thunderer. He does start to angle away. Just 2200. Thunderer is now critically low, and he does get taken out by the Venezia. Zhao encroaching into the capture point. Friendly Kurfürst is trapped now on the right side behind those islands. Enemy Salem is still sitting in the enemy spawn, showing full broadside. Shots away on that enemy Salem. Haragumo smoking up. Salem would appear to have slowed down this time. Gets away with just 8,500 damage that time. This enemy Salem has apparently no concept of angling and likes to live dangerously. Yamato has pushed in. Shots away once again on this enemy Salem. Enemy Yamato is sitting broadside just outside the capture point. And as Citadel finally takes out that enemy Salem. He could only continue sailing broadside for so long. It's actually quite lucky he survived as long as he did. Our captain has relocated to the right flank now. He does get detected. Enemy Yamato sitting broadside. Yamato appears dead in the water, indicating either he's AFK or disconnected. And that's a quadruple Citadel, 48,000 damage. And the enemy Yamato gets taken out. So our captain has picked up 2 quick kills in succession. He's up to 165,000 damage. Enemy Montana is spotted. He is angled inwards, he does get undetected. So the match is very finely poised at this point. Our captain's team has the slight ship lead and points advantage at this point. But that can all change very quickly. I must point out that on the enemy team is a player called Little Tigru, and right on cue he takes out the Haragumo, detonating him. Little Tigru has played thousands of games in his Shimakaze and is quite well known in the World of Warships community. He's a force to be reckoned with when he's on the enemy team. This enemy Montana is angled away. Minimum damage, 4 ricochets, 2 non-penetrations. So our captain is going to move out and take on this enemy Kurfürst. Minotaur has smoked up. Our captain blind fires on his last location. That's a triple citadel, devastating strike, and the enemy Minotaur goes quickly down in one foul swoop. Our captain once again assumes a guiding position, angled away from this enemy Kurfürst, attempting to draw distance to get outside the range of his secondaries. Lands a big salvo, gets a high caliber and Confederate achievement, doing over 21,000 damage. Continues to fall back. Kurfürst secondary still coming in. He has angled in, now bow in, although he would seem to be turning, giving our captain enough broadside to shoot at once again. Shots away. And that's another 12,000 salvo, and the enemy Kurfürst goes down. And that's one way to put an end to those secondary shells coming in at you like that. Instantly delete the source. So our captain is undetected. The game now is very finely balanced. 5 ships against 4. Points are virtually level at this point. Our captain has already scored 11 citadel hits and surpassed 240,000 damage. This game, however, is far from won. While such a dangerous Shimakaze player remains on the enemy team, the result will remain in doubt. Our captain is turning his guns here. The Montana is spotted. I should point out at this stage our captain has already tanked almost 2.5 million potential damage. There is quite a big disadvantage having no destroyer when one comes down to such a late stage in a battle like this, as the spotting provided by a destroyer can prove invaluable. Our Des Moines, however, has opened fire and is immediately targeted by the enemy Montana, and that Montana just one-shots the friendly Des Moines. That could prove quite decisive in the long run, as the removal of the radar cruiser greatly reduces any chances of detecting that enemy Shimakaze, who is now in the decap and capturing it. And that's bad news on the horizon. That is virtually a full health Montana, who has been sitting at the rear, basically undetected all this time. While one Montana flees, a full health Montana, or virtually full health Montana, appears. Our captain decides to engage this Montana head on. He still is undetected for the moment. Quickly taps the M key again just to get visual. Montana is angled bow in, so he's aiming high for the superstructure. Just over 6,000 damage. It's about as good as one can do when a target is angled like that with the armor piercing. Montana would appear to be showing more broadside now. Our captain is in a dangerous position. He is being crossfired. The Montana that had his broadside does miss, fortunately for our captain. He does manage to land a citadel. That enemy Montana is just showing just a little bit too much broadside. He has started angling inwards now. That should protect his citadel for the moment. It's mano a mano time. Our captain is aiming for the enemy's turrets, hopefully trying to disable one of them. The Smolensk is unbelievably passive at this moment. He could have been using his torpedoes, while our captain's clanmate gets cross-torped and taken out by the Shimakaze. Our captain is going to use his rudder shift here to try outduke the enemy Montana feign one direction and then quickly turn the other. He is unable to avoid the ram though. He does get the Kraken unleashed award, but with that, the team's chances have gone. A very entertaining game nonetheless by our captain. Over 2200 base XP in a loss. Before going to the complete ship build, I've added some links including the Help Me Discord and my own personal Discord in the description below. Now on to the build. Starting off with the consumables, I always stress the importance of trying to use premium to decrease the cooldown time of your damage control, and in this case add extra charges of repair party and spotting aircraft. The Montana gets 6 ship upgrade slots, starting off with Main Armaments Mod 1, Damage Control Mod 1, AA Guns Mod 1, Steering Gears Mod 2, and in slot 5 we have the Montana Legendary Upgrade, Enhanced Damage Control System, and finally Artillery Plotting Room Mod 2. If you don't have the Legendary module yet, don't worry. If you have the mission in your personal assignments, you have until the end of 2020 to complete the assignment and obtain it for free. Until you do, I highly suggest using Damage Control Mod 2 in slot 4 and the Concealment System in slot 5. Onto the Captain skills, starting with Priority Target, Expert Marksman, Superintendent and Concealment Expert for your first 10 points. A very solid 19-point Captain will then include Adrenaline Rush, Basics of Survivability and Fire Prevention, in the training order of your own choice. So let's take a look at what this legendary build means for the Montana's final stats. For survivability, Montana gets 96,300 hit points, which is further enhanced by a total of 5 repair parties. Main artillery consists of 4x3 406mm guns, 2 in the front and 2 in the rear, with 23.6 kilometers in range and a reload speed of 30 seconds. Montana gets a very strong AA defense rating of 96, which has a very capable max long-range defense of 6 kilometers. For maneuverability, Montana gets a max base speed of 30 knots, a turning circle of 950 meters, and a rudder shift time of only 12.4 seconds. Finally, Montana has a concealment rating of 32, meaning you will be surface detected at 15.6 kilometers and by aircraft at 11.6 kilometers. I'd like to thank you once again all for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more. Take a moment to check out some of my most recent videos and leave a comment below. And until the next time, keep sailing it like you stole it.